Kevin Walsh and Frank Mitchell.
Beautifully done. What a skate under pressure. Did not see that coming.
We are
Hey.
now. Oh. Hey everyone, welcome to that figure skating show. Clearly, this is our first live StreamYard, so we're working out the kinks. It's also been 2 years since we've had a World Championships. We are covering the World Figure Skating Championships 2021. It's happening. We are here, and we are pumped to be here.
That figure skating show, but make it live, you know? Things, how are you doing, man? It's been a little bit.
It's been a little bit. I'm good. I'm actually in Florida. I'm here with Sharon for some tennis stuff. Don't hate me. Staying safe. I'm inside. But I'm good. I'm super pumped this is happening. I'm super pumped to be doing this with you. Power couple back at it. And really excited to see some figure skating.
Well,
How about you?
I'm doing great, stuck in these four walls called my bedroom. But go outside sometimes. I just turned 30. It was my birthday, so that's pretty exciting. Love that. And yeah, that's it. And like you, I'm really excited to have figure skating back. Given the circumstances, I can't believe it's been 2 years. It's felt like an eternity. And speaking of 2 years, the landscape of figure skating has changed, especially, we just watched the Lady Short program, which was an up and down event. I think pretty strong in general, but some like unexpected things. For one, there's no Kostranaya, who has been so strong all of last year. She's not here. Elizaveta.
We're so accustomed to seeing Kostranaya, but we forget she's never even been to a World Championships yet.
You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. She
crazy.
Just came out of senior scene last year. That was her first seniors. Nuts. And speaking of first seniors, this is Elizaveta Tuktamasheva's first World since winning in 2015.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. That's like the depth of women's skating in Russia. She couldn't break out of there. But she's back and she's sitting pretty in third place.
The Empress strikes back. She was on fire.
It's going to be a completely different podium this year. No one's here from 2019.
Very bizarre. Very bizarre. And they're all so young too. I mean, what a weird time for women's skating when you are not there at 20. You're a veteran. Very interesting, very bizarre. We're looking at likely a new world champion again. Anna Sherbakova was pristine, amazing. She's leading the short program, and I think she looks great. I think it's especially with Trusova's mistake, I think it's hers to lose at this point.
Yeah, we will definitely get to Trusova in a bit, but let's talk about the giant pendelephant in the room.
Well played. Well played.
COVID-19. Already, it's been the first day of official competition, and we've had a positive case already within the bubble, and it was unfortunately Victoria Safonova of Belarus, who is now isolated. I think she has to be in isolation for 7 days, I think. And you know, it's also a little bit scary because there's no chaperones and she's a minor. I think she's about 16 or 17. So I really hope that she has a very uneventful quarantine and is able to get back to her family after the event.
Yeah, you know, I think it's really tough for these athletes. I mean, it's tough going to world championships at that age regardless, but going to a world championships amidst the pandemic, knowing that there's a potential that you could test positive there and then be stuck. It's a whole new side of things that we're not used to seeing, and a whole other risk factor for these athletes that they have to kind of take into account when they're going to an international event.
Yeah, this pastrami sandwich is messing up everybody's plans. You know, there were a few people that weren't even able to get to Worlds because they had tested positive before. You know, you had to have a PCR test before heading into Worlds, and you know, there has been some things that we've seen on Twitter and Instagram of athletes maybe not following protocols. You know, they are allowed to not wear masks on the ice as well as in the warm-up areas, but you know, as we can see, sometimes there's a lot of issues with like social distancing. So I think a lot of fans and people watching are kind of questioning how well managed and how well the protocols are going here at Worlds.
Yeah, and how well they're being followed. And I mean, the fans haven't been silent with their concerns for the World Championships. There's been a petition going around with a decent number of signatures that have been, you know, calling on the ISU to create a more strict situation, a tighter bubble, a 14-day quarantine. At the end of the day, I get it, but at the same time, how can you put figure skaters in a hotel room for 14 days and then expect them to go out and skate at a World Championships? Kind of dangerous. So it's dangerous both ways. And
yeah, I mean, I completely agree. It's not feasible to lock skaters in for 14 days. Like you said, it's dangerous, as well as, you know, I think there could have been a little bit more creativity. I think no one has any malice going into it. No one wanted Worlds canceled, just, you know, calling for safer things. And, you know, we hope that there's no more positive tests going forward, and these Worlds will continue out without any kind of more errors, or, you know, I shouldn't call someone getting COVID-19 an error. You can't help it. It's in the air. But, you know, without any kind of more incidents.
So it is an error.
I miss you. Come back.
I miss you too. Also, but, you know, there are some skaters, like we saw Nathan and Yuzu, wearing their mask even on the ice when they don't need to. So, you know, it's up to these skaters and their support teams to do their best to follow the protocols. I mean, if you don't agree with it, if only for these people who have worked so hard to put together this event, you know, at least I think do your part, you know, play by the rules. Everyone has put themselves out on a limb to make this event happen. So,
as well as, you know, you can also make it fashion with the masks. Lots of the skaters have their masks that match their outfit in the Kiss and Cry. And, you know, you can, we're all about fashion and figure skating. So, you know, stay safe, stay COVID-free. We do best. Make it fashion. Put some Swarovski crystals on that bee, you know?
Oh, show. So why don't we tackle this women's short program events? Some interesting stuff, some upsets, some beautiful skating, some amazing surprises. I'm going to start off with my skate of the event. I believe I'm going to give it to Anna Sherbakova. I think she was just, I mean, she had a little whoopsie in the footwork and the step sequence, but she was just so clean and solid and confident. And, you know, her skating keeps improving. I think her attention to detail is getting better, and she's smooth and soft, and her jumps look like nothing. Difficult transitions like this one out of the double axel.
Very complex
Amazing.
Transitions in and out. Double axel.
I would say that's my skate of the event. And then moving on to my most inspired skates of the event, I'm going to have to go with Maddie Skeese's Canadian skater, first world championships, and just handles the pressure so well. Comes out, skates cleanly and poised, like she's been there 100 times.
Done.
Amazing. And then on top of that, with it being the pre-Olympic season, having to win spots for Canada, she's just like, yeah, I got this. Ain't nothing but a thang, chicken wang.
Yeah, I mean, she's my skate of the event. I might be a little bit biased, choreographer over here. I'll take it, whatever. I did that. Okay, no, she did that. I did nothing. I sat here and screamed on my TV. She, going from not having any international experience, not even being on Skate Canada's list for Worlds last year, being passed over. It got canceled, unfortunately, but here she comes. She's in 9th place, bruh. 9th place after the short program. Like, what? She's gonna be in the second last group. I wasn't expecting that. She's just going there to have 2 clean programs. And that's
I got goosebumps, man. I got chills. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, so proud of you, Maddie.
Pretty
Good
amazing.
job. So fantastic. Yeah. Sorry, just jumping on yours.
Do it. Keep going.
Yeah, great. I have nothing else to say. Good job. Clean program at your first Worlds. Bam, you killed it. Nobody can tell you nothing. Good luck for the free. My big wow moment, obviously, is Trusova. Trusova with a big boo-boo, missing her combo. At the end of her program, she was 13 points behind the previous skater or the leader. And she is in 12th place. She has the world record for the free skate in this event, and 12th. I don't think anyone expected that.
It's very interesting. This is her first World Championships as well. Also kind of mind-blowing. She's been so dominant. But the interesting thing with the women not doing quads in the short program and her free program being so loaded with quads, I can see how, that short program with just triples can almost be more nerve-wracking. It's a different mindset. Like it's like going from gear 5 to gear 2. It's not like an easy transition blend kind of thing. Shcherbakova handled it really well, but I can see how this can happen to a young skater without Worlds experience. A lot of pressure on her. The coaching switch, a lot of changes, and
Very true.
Ice is slippery. Things happen.
I think that's what so many of us forget. If you're not a figure skater, ice is literally slippery. We are skating on this like 1/4 inch, if even that. Think of like blade on ice. It's a ridiculous sport that somebody invented, and now we're trying to fight against gravity and do ridiculous turns. So skating happens, ice is slippery, but still a wow moment because, again, like you said, she's been so dominant. And then for me, I think, go ahead.
No, I think we're going to the same place, so keep going.
Are we talking about Tuk Misheva?
Of course.
Yeah. I love her.
She took my breath away. She was amazing.
The triple axel is so mint for her. She is an older woman in this event. She's
right.
24 years
so
old is old in figure skating, which is sad, but that's how she goes. And this is her first Worlds back since she won it in 2015, going from reigning world champion to not even being there ever again. Not because you're not skating, just because you couldn't make it out of your nationals.
And on top of that, to come back with that much fire and a vengeance like that amidst all these young girls kind of taking over and ruling Russian skating, so impressed with her. Really stepping into that veteran role and showing her experience. Amazing.
Yeah, actually, there was an interview that she did, and she was talking about how she's just trying to keep the environment nice and fun for Trusova and Shcherbakova because they don't have their parents there. Chaperones aren't allowed because of COVID restrictions, and taking on that not only senior role but like also being the mentor to these young skaters while still competing, and then finishing third, getting a small medal for this short program. I love her all around.
So
Took
good.
all the way.
And just
I'm
to
team Quick Step.
took all the way. And just to recap, so our podium after the short program, our small medals podium is Anna Shcherbakova in first, Rika Kihira in second from Japan, and Elisaveta Tuktamasheva from Russia in third. Very strong top three after the short program. It's going to be interesting seeing what happens as we move forward to the free.
Hundo P.
Hundo P.
Hundo P. All right. Well, I think it's
we have
time.
We have a gift for our audience.
Yes, we come bearing gifts. We would never come empty-handed. What did you guys get us? Nothing. Did you guys get us anything? I guess you got us viewership. Thank you. But our special guest, our gift to Canada, our gift to the world. We are welcoming Kaitlyn Osmond, world champion, Olympic champion, our friend of the show. She's the greatest. How are you doing, Kaitlyn?
I'm good. Welcome to my car.
Ooh, expensive studio and 4 wheels. I love it.
Yeah. Always on the go.
Always on the go. I was training this morning, trying.
Training? For what?
I was. I am trying to relearn how to skate. Apparently only skating like 4 hours since November makes for a very shaky Kaitlyn on the ice.
Do we have some waxels?
A lot of waxels. I have no clue how to do a sow anymore. But we're getting there.
You know what? On the flip side, any kind of technical stuff you want to rebuild, you've got like a clean slate now.
Exactly.
Just being the optimist, just being the optimist.
Just do some quads for learn some quads for fun. Why not?
Yeah. Why not?
Something I'm into.
So what have you been up to? Catch us up.
A great question. What have I been up to? I have been training ever so slightly. Mainly I'm doing journalism in school. So that is taking up a lot of my time. And I'm starting to do my own interviews with people for What's Up Coco with Jackson. So it's a lot of fun just getting to connect with a bunch of skaters again.
She's coming for our job,
That's awesome.
Dylan. Damn it.
I know. Oh, well, it was fun while it lasted.
Yeah,
we can't compete with Kaitlyn Osmond.
I'm not going to stop a title away from coming. I'm just going to run the other way,
So, KO, it's the 3-year anniversary of your world title. Happy anniversary. It was yesterday, right?
Thank you. It was yesterday.
Oh, so cool.
Look at that. Oh. We're just going to stand and no talking.
Oh my gosh. I was so tired.
I feel like you're allowed to be at the end of a free like that.
Yeah, I think so many people don't realize that like all those movements are just like that's just in my body. I don't even know where my arms are going. They go up. It's choreography just in there.
My favorite moment was actually after this, solely because I sat down on the ice and I did not think I could stand up. Like I wanted someone to come pick me up and carry me off the ice. This is when I needed to have a partner.
Yeah,
it does come in handy. I will tell you that when you're just have a bag skate and they just pull you off. It is nice.
I think if
you're the one doing the pulling.
I think if I had a partner in that moment, I would have just like hit them and been like, "Pick me up, please. I don't want to move anymore."
Yeah.
Technically you just stay on your knees and bow because it's over. You don't get a deduction. No one's ever tried it. Maybe in bad form, but whatever. I'm tired. You're not. Let me bow the way I need to. So since that was the 3rd anniversary of your world-winning performance, can you tell us your favorite moment from a world championship? And we don't want, I was, hugged by Aryna Slutskaya. We want like good stuff. Not the
good stuff.
Like outside
I don't
of
know
the
what good stuff is.
You don't
outside
know.
of the rink.
Yeah.
One of my favorite moments, I think, was at Worlds. I'm trying to think back of Worlds. I only went to 4 World Championships.
Really?
I took a
Only.
2-year break.
Yeah.
I went to 2. The first one here in Canada. Then I went to Japan, and then I broke my leg and I missed a year, and then I didn't qualify, and then I came back and had a lot of fun again. So I think. Oh wow, I can't even think of anything. Roommates, they're fun. I think the scariest moment ever at a competition is my phone broke. Thankfully after I competed, but my phone broke in Finland after I finished competing, and I slept in and missed a bunch of interviews in the morning. So I think that's a really funny moment because I never sleep in. And I rolled over to, like, my roommate was Juliana at the time, and she, like, walked into the room, and I was like, "What time is it?" And she's like, "It's noon." And I'm like, "What?" And I just started freaking out. And I, like, by like 12:30, I was on the bus and on my way to the rink, so it was okay. But yeah.
I mean, you had just won your first world medal, a silver medal. Like, your phone literally blew up. It was just
Literally,
it was like, okay,
my-
enough. You're giving too much energy to people. You need to sleep.
my phone, literally a virus got on it or something, and it shut down. And it was just like a green screen with a robot on it for like 2 days after.
Yeah, that's the screen of death. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. And that's my robot
Okay.
description.
All right. That is a very interesting world's memory for sure. I do have a question for you. When you won Worlds, you came back from the short program. You were down a bit in the short, weren't you?
I was.
Now-
Which was, go ahead.
No, keep going.
I feel like you're going to ask the same thing as I'm going to say. But yeah, I was down in the short program. I was 4th after the short. I had missed a double axel, which for 2 years I thought I actually fell on the double axel. And I finally rewatched my short program and discovered that I just, had a weird step out. So I thought it was really funny that for 2 years I thought I fell on it. But what made that nerve-wracking is that my short program was my strongest. And normally I'd set myself up for my long program and then have to skate a long program to hold that spot, not to regain a spot. So that was a different atmosphere for me to have to be in, and I'm glad it worked. But it is terrifying because you look and you were like, well, I had 7, or I think it was like 7, maybe 9 points to try to gain in a long program. But then at the same time, I clued in. It was just like, 7 points is 1 jump now in skating. That is the difference of 1 person missing a jump and 1 person landing a jump. So I think that calmed me down a little bit.
Yeah, and so a lot of the viewers are asking, do you think Trusova can pull up from that short program? She's in 12th place.
Definitely.
I mean, she's got a loaded free program.
She does, and I was watching her skate. She's strong, and the fact that she missed this jump is because she's used to doing a quad, and she had to do a triple, which
shot.
still makes me
No
angry as to
combination,
why
triple loops.
women skaters cannot do quads in the short program when men can. I'm still like blown away by that. I think it's something that they shouldn't be allowed to. What am I trying to say? They shouldn't be hindering
Segregate,
people's abilities.
separate.
Yes. It's like if someone's doing if their strongest thing is their spins, are you going to tell someone that they're only allowed to do a level 3 spin? Whereas Trusova's jumps are her strongest asset, and she's not allowed to do them in a short program. But she has a fully loaded long program, easily can gain up a lot of space. Kevin Reynolds did it 1 year at 4 Continents. He was 13th after the short and won the long. So it is very much possible.
Yeah,
For sure. Sure.
I completely agree. We're trying to say that we have equality, and we're trying to reach equality for women, especially in sports and every space. But we're not going to allow them to do jumps like that. Let's not stop progress. Did you get a chance to watch it all? I mean, well, you were training, so probably not.
Me, I did.
Okay.
Actually, I wish I could say I was training, but I was on the ice and we had like multiple phones set up on the boards to watch at the same time. And then I laid down on the floor afterwards and just watched. So I did watch.
Wonderful, amazing. I hope you got a chance to watch Maddie. Emily Bousbach won't qualify for the free, unfortunately. And at first I was thinking, okay, Maddie finishing top 10 is unlikely, but she is sitting in 9th place. What kind of pressure is it like heading in to nationals with, qualifying for spots and then potentially only having the one spot to chase for an Olympic Games?
I wish I knew. My 2 Olympics, we had 2 spots for the first one and 3 spots for the second one. So a lot of that pressure was taken off. And when I first started qualifying, I was so oblivious to what spots actually meant. I just thought like you made it. This is my very much like naivety with skating. But Maddie did an amazing job, and I think this is like a huge confidence booster for her, or it should be anyways, to show that she can be strong and consistent. And that program was so effortless.
Yeah.
I woke up originally to Asher's story this morning saying like, "Woo, clean short program," and I was like, okay, I need to watch this. So I watched it, and it was so good. It wasn't just clean, it was just phenomenal. So I think going into a competition where you only have one spot, it should drive a lot of Canadian athletes to do that, just because you have one spot and it's going to bring the best out of everyone, or the worst out of everyone, but I believe the best out of everyone because I'm an optimist.
Laura Douglas asked, Caitlin, do you have any predictions on the podium?
I would love to see Takmisheva back up on the podium. I only discovered this morning that she hasn't been to a world championship since she won, which is mind-blowing because I was at those world championships and I don't remember her not being there. Like, I just always assumed she was at every competition I was. So I think I was quite blown away by that. So I really hope she gets back up on the podium. I'm not counting Trusova out. I believe that she has a chance to hit the podium. And Sherbakova and Rika are definitely going to put up a fight. I said Rika's wrong. Rika Kihira. I was talking about Rika Hongo this morning. Rika Kihira is going to hit the podium.
She had an amazing short program.
She had an amazing short program. Really inspiring. Last question before we head on to something else. Like, you're a big fan of Tuktamisheva as well as we are. What is it like having the feeling of like you won your world championship were you 21? 20?
Me? I was 22.
22. Yeah. So winning that at 22 and then, she's back here at 24 and then you're considered like old. What is that? Especially in the ladies event. What does it feel like to be considered old when you're like, I just left my teens? Like, what is...
It is so strange. I remember my first Olympics, I was 18 and everyone's saying how I was like one of the youngest there. And then fast forward 4 years, I was 22 and everyone's like, hey, you're one of the oldest here. And I'm like, how did that even happen? But at a world championship, they make you even feel older talking about it because they're like, hey, there's all these like young athletes who are like 14, 15. I don't know what the age actually is. 15, is it? You're 15 years old and something like that. And they're putting up these fights. They're putting up these big tricks. But there's something that comes with the age and maturity of athletes that you can really see as you progress into your 20s. And I think that's what makes Takmisheva so special is that she's a woman on the ice and performing as a 24-year-old, but still putting up big tricks. She's the one of two ladies that did a triple axel today. So yeah,
Agreed.
that's what I have to say
I
about
concur.
it.
Yeah, I concur. She's like completely her own person now. That's the big difference between I think her and the younger ones. And I cringe every time we're like, she's a veteran. I'm like, I turned 30. What does that mean for me? She's 24. That's like, so, anyways, blech.
I think I was told I was old. Sorry, I was told I was old so much when I was 22 that yesterday I sat down and I finally concluded I'm still only 25. Um, and I was like, wait, I'm still young, I think.
Absolutely.
Very, very much so. So,
sorry. Oh, this is my part. Sorry, I messed up. Back on track. I'm a professional. Okay, so yesterday we asked you guys what is your favorite world championship moment, whether it's a music, a skate, an outfit. So we're gonna go around. So Dylan, what was yours?
I mean, I'm going to be that guy, and I'm going to say something to do with my skating. But it was 2013 Worlds in London, the free program with Kirsten. Pairs was the first event done. We had the best skater of our careers, and the crowd was just insane. And to see so many Canadian flags and to feel that hometown support was just amazing. Amazing. It's my favorite memory to look back on.
I was one of the people screaming. Caitlin, you? I mean, we kind of asked you already. Do you have another one really skating related?
Yeah, skating related one. You asked for a non-skating related one? Sorry. Okay, but a skating related one is actually in 2017 again. Maybe 2017 was my year. But in Finland, when I came second, I was the last skater, and I ended my program and I made mistakes. Like I had a weird landing on an axle toe. I doubled my loop, but it was the first time I felt like fully complete in my skating. And I think when I ended my program, I knew there was a chance that I was going to hit the podium. And I think a large part of me knew that. And I like sat down on the ice, and it was the first time I like showed emotion, I feel like, other than laughing. And I just like threw my arms down. And yeah, I think that was my favorite moment. And I was last to skate. So like I just sat there for longer than I had to because I could.
I love that. Me personally, my favorite Worlds moment was in 2012 in Nice, France. After our free dance, the audience booed our scores from the judges. And sometimes when you're sitting there,
78-80, mamma mia, il pubblico sta contestando tantissimo il giudizio.
I love that. I love that sound. It's great.
I love the look of confusion.
Oh, it's also because like
humans disagreeing on mass. Amazing sound.
It's great. Because sometimes you just want to stick it to the judge, like, oh, really? And then you get support from the crowd. It's nice.
It is nice.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's kind of validating in a way.
It is super validating. It's like because we're always supposed to like just smile, sit there, smile, don't do anything.
Let the audience show our emotions for us, please. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of the audience, we have some of your answers. Craig Drebbett answered his favorite, Weaver and Pojays, Humanity and Motion Skate at 2013 Worlds in London. 2013 Worlds seems to be a popular choice. And we have another answer, Kurt Browning. When he was doing his Casablanca, just channeling that Humphrey Bogart. I mean, you can't really go wrong with that program. Pretty epic.
No, it was amazing. Whee! That's huge. Like,
That was
high?
I don't know.
I love flying change sets. People don't do them enough anymore. My favorite. So, Caitlin, thank you so much for joining us. It's always a pleasure to speak with you. I know all our viewers are always excited to see you and hear what you're up to, and so nice for us to catch up. And best of luck with learning to skate again and all your schooling. And we wish you all the best.
Thank you. It was good to be here and seeing you guys, even through a screen. I miss you.
Miss you too.
Miss you. So that was Caitlin Osman, our special guest, world and Olympic champion. Such a pleasure. We have a question for you for this one. What is your fantasy podium for the pairs at the World Championships? What is your fantasy podium for the pairs at this year's Worlds? Looking forward to hearing all your answers. I'm going to come up with mine, but more excited to hear yours. So we will be back following the pairs event this afternoon. Eastern Standard Time. The pairs is starting live at 1:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we will be live at 6 p.m. Live on StreamYard again with Eric Radford, the one and only Olympic and world champion. Super excited for him to join us and talk all things pairs. But in light of the horrific acts of racism against the East Asian and Pacific Islander community over the past year, and especially of late, we
would like to highlight this well-known Japanese American skater, Mirai Nagasu, who with FSDIA member Kate McSwain created this beautiful piece of inspiration to a hurting community. Let's fight against hate. Let's fight against racism. We're all in this together, and we are united through our humanity. Thank you.
I can see it in your eyes. You're losing your light. Wondering, is this just life? I've been through it all before, and I don't know if there's something more, but there's so much worth fighting for. If you break down